The Academy Awards came and went yesterday, and let's just say they were controversial. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
It's a me,
Dario!
Woohoo! Let's go!
It's 10th anniversary week. It's 10th anniversary week, so that means that this week we have the 10th anniversary show of the show. Saturday, sold out. Sorry, you can still win tickets on the morning show, and I think we're having an event on El Cajon. I don't even know. I got too much on my plate already, so I'm going to try to keep this week's podcast short because I got a lot to get done. But before I get into it, son of a bitch, let me get... God damn it. So before I get into it, let me just give you a quick reminder that you can find the podcast everywhere: SoundCloud, YouTube, the iHeartRadio app, iTunes, wherever. Just type in Super Dario World Podcast. You'll find it right there. Any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram or at Super Dario World. Also, follow me on Facebook, Super Dario World. I appreciate the follows, and it helps me out a lot. So, before I get into this, let me just do a quick little side note here. Thank you for all the people who have been sending me message about my reviews. I really appreciate it, particularly about the review for Birds of Prey. I told you not to spend your money. But, what can I do? I tried. Anywho, let me just get into it. So the Oscars 2020 happened yesterday, and it was kind of a shit show. They were kind of all over the place. It was very weird, to say the least. Very, very weird. There was people talking about inseminating cows. People, I don't understand why people think that they should make a statement at the Academy Awards. This is probably the highlight. This is the most important moment of your career, or one of. You've been working for it your entire life. Shouldn't you take a moment to look back on your job, to look back at what brought you there, to thank the people who brought you there, all that stuff? Why take it as an opportunity to make a statement, especially about something that most people don't really care about? Like inseminating cows. I get it. Joaquin's been there before. Honestly, I didn't even listen to Renee Zellweger's, or however you say her name's speech. I don't know why. Everybody that was in the room, when she started talking, everybody just kind of ignored her. Her voice is really low, and we just heard it was weird. Anywho, I don't get it. I think it's weird, and I don't like it. I also don't like that it doesn't have a host. So, honestly, the show was meh. It was whatever. The Oscars have lost so much credibility over the years, so much, but I don't know why. It's still the most prestigious award. I don't understand why, because I don't think that the best awards went to the best people per se. Some of them did, some of them don't, but a lot of them feel like it's like, all right, well, the Golden Globes already gave out the awards that are for the best people, or for the best movie, while we can't repeat. So it's like, or the SAG Awards already did it, or the Guild Awards already did it, so we got to do something different. We got to get the headline. It's like, dude, if you don't want people to beat you out, just make your awards earlier in the year. It's not that hard. I don't know. I've been displeased with them over the years, particularly this year. I was very upset. Now there's a few moments in the Academy Awards that to me were just egregious. One is Saving Private Ryan losing out to Shakespeare in Love. Now, I love Shakespeare in Love. I love Shakespeare in general. It's a fun movie, but it's not better than fucking Saving Private Ryan. That was disgustingly bad. The other one that really, really upset me was Daniel Day-Lewis losing out to Adrian Brody. Daniel Day-Lewis was there for Gangs of New York. He was Bill the fucking Butcher, one of the greatest villains in cinematic history, and he lost to Adrian Brody from The Pianist, which was, again, a great performance, but it was not... Nobody remembers who the fuck... I don't even remember what Adrian Brody's name was in the movie, but you remember Bill the fucking Butcher, alright? Alright, and the third one, I'm not sure which particular order I'm upset, but the third one happened this year. Now... If you guys recall, if you listened yesterday, or if you listened to my review of 1917, I said that movie had 3 awards, locked down, easy, no competition. And 2 of those it actually won. So I said it was a lock for best cinematography, sound design, and directing. All right? So those 3 things. And it won cinematography. Roger Deakins, he's a great cinematographer. Unless I'm mistaken, he also did the Blade Runner 2037, which is a beautifully looking film. He did Arrival. He's won awards before. The dude is great at his job. So there was no shocker there. Sound design, also it won 1917, which I called it. It's sound mixing. Not sound editing. It was not sound design, it's sound mixing. This is a different thing. It was Mark Taylor and Stuart Wilson, which also I called it. So two of the most important things, called it. I also called Joaquin Phoenix winning Best Lead Actor, but that's an easy one. That was an easy one. Honestly, all the other performances just did not compare that year. Or it was such an amazing performance, and it's also historic because now it's two actors that have won an Academy Award for playing the same character. But the one that really upset me was that Sam Mendes did not win the Academy Award for Best Director for 1917. The person who won it was Bong Joon-ho for Parasite, and Parasite is a fantastic film, all right? It's nothing against Parasite. It also won, Parasite won most of the big awards, and it actually ended up winning Movie of the Year. I'm not as upset about Movie of the Year. I can understand Movie of the Year. I don't hate it. All right, I need to put that clear. It was definitely in the conversation. It was definitely in the competition. I can understand Parasite winning Best Movie of the Year. I don't hate that. But fuck you if you think that was a better directing job than 1917. I remember I was sitting there. I saw them both. All right, I was sitting there on the theater. My jaw was on the fucking floor. It's the most, again, history will go down. 1917 will go down as probably the greatest World War I movie ever made. Probably. I mean, there's always going to be people like, oh, Quiet on the Western Front, whatever. Fuck you. This one was better. Oh, but it might go down as one of the greatest war movies of all time. All right? In a few years, most people won't remember Parasite. All right? It's not going to... After the first watching, after you first... the issues that both movies is after the first... first viewing, they kind of lose their splendor. Like 1917, I get it because it's a long shot and then it'll drag. So the first time you watch it, it's like, wow, oh my god, how do they do this? And you're in it, you're actually living it. The second time, it's be like, all right, can we move this up a little bit? You can't because it's one long shot. It's still equally as impressive, but it'll drag a little. I can understand that. With Parasite, there's a twist in the movie, and it's halfway through. It starts off being one thing, it turns into another, and if you already know what's happening, it's like, all right, well, I guess it's not as impressive. Again, it loses that impressiveness factor, but in the case of 1917, it's still impressive how the hell they got it made. Like how the planning, the design, everything. The amount of work that went into making that fucking movie. The planning, the vision, the planning, the rehearsals, the getting everybody together and making it all work perfectly. That movie worked. All right. This is not something that hasn't been tried before. Long shots have been done forever. But on this level, on that scale, never. And it actually working out. A lot of people have a lot of issues with the long shot because there's some idiot in the background looks at the camera. Or somebody steps on something wrong, the camera shakes, something. It was an extremely ambitious project, and he got it done. So to me, it was just disgustingly bad that he didn't win it. And as I look back to who won the Golden Globe for Best Director, lo and behold, who won the Best Director Golden Globe? It was Sam Mendes for 1917. So here's where I'm calling bullshit. Usually in the Academy Awards, if you win a Golden Globe, it's kind of not guaranteed that you're going to win an Oscar, and it's actually a deterrent. Like, to me, the perfect example for this is Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio won the Golden Globes all the fucking time. I remember, particularly the Aviator. He won it for that one. And then when it came Oscar time, he lost. So it's like, oh, well, he already won the Golden Globe. They can't give him they can't give him the Oscar too. So the Oscars cannot give the same awards to that the Golden Globe does, because otherwise it makes them irrelevant. Again, I can understand that, but still fuck you. Because you're not awarding the best performance, you're not awarding the best actor, you're not awarding the best movie. You're just awarding what didn't the Golden Globes do? Now this year, it's an interesting matchup. This year, all the performance awards line up perfectly with the Golden Globes. So supporting role, it was Brad Pitt for both of them. Best actress in leading role was Zellweger for both of them. Best Supporting Role, it was Laura Dern for both of them, which, by the way, I'll get into in a minute. And Best Actor in a Leading Role was Joaquin Phoenix for both of them. Now, Joaquin Phoenix, deservedly so, Best Performance of the Year, by far. And I mean by far. Actor in a Supporting Role, Brad Pitt. It was kind of a Lifetime Achievement Award because this was definitely not Brad Pitt's best performance. It was a good performance, maybe even a great performance, but not his best. All right? We've seen Benjamin Button. We've seen Fight Club. We've seen so many amazing Brad Pitt performances. This was not his best. So him winning an Oscar for this one, it was more of a Lifetime Achievement Award, especially with who he was going against. Tom Hanks, who's won every Academy Award ever. I know, I mean, he's won a lot. I think he's won like 2, 3. Anthony Hopkins, he's also won. Pacino's won. Pesci, I don't think Pesci's won. But anyway, this was more of a Lifetime Achievement Award, and so they couldn't not give it to Pitt. Zellweger, I don't understand why she won. I haven't seen the movie. I guess nobody actually did see that movie, and I haven't seen most of the other ones. But I'm okay with Scarlett Johansson and Saoirse Ronan, or however you say her fucking name, not winning it because I didn't think their performances were great either. And for supporting role, Laura Dern winning is stupid. I saw 3 of the movies here that were nominated. Laura Dern, Scarlett Johansson were not great. Like Laura Dern in Marriage Story. I know why she won. And it's because everybody in fucking Hollywood, she plays a divorce lawyer, right? A kooky divorce lawyer. Everybody in fucking Hollywood knows a divorce lawyer, right? They've gone through a divorce. And Marriage Story is kind of a Hollywood. It's a story about Hollywood. It's a movie about Hollywood or people in Hollywood. And so everybody and their mother knows they know a fucking divorce lawyer. So it's like, if you're an Academy member, it's like, oh yeah, that's exactly how my lawyer is. Oh, it's totally how they are. Let's give her a fucking award for it. No, that's fucking bullshit. All right, it's her character was not great. Her performance was not that great. She was just kind of a bitch. And so to me, I would have given it. I didn't see Kathy Bates for Richard Jewell, which I hear it's a phenomenal movie, but I haven't seen the movie, and I haven't seen Bombshell. But I did see Little Women and Florence Pugh. Out of the 3, if we're talking Scarlett Johansson for Jojo Rabbit, Laura Dern Marriage Story, and Florence Pugh, or however you say her name, for Little Women, I would have given it to Florence Pugh for Little Women, because her performance was great. The movie wasn't great. The movie was, because I can't tell you what it's about. It should have been a miniseries, and it would have been a phenomenal miniseries. They would have killed at the Emmys. But her performance was fantastic. So out of those 3, I would have given it to her. But again, I don't know about Margot Robbie or Kathy Bates. So the Golden Globes and the Oscars matched up perfectly in those 4 categories, so they had to throw in shenanigans everywhere else. They had to throw shenanigans in script. They have to throw shenanigans in feature film. They have to throw shenanigans as best director. And unfortunately, the person that got really fucking screwed here is Sam Mendes, which is bullshit. All right, bull fucking shit. Now I get it. He dude's won an Oscar before. I think. Let me just double check that because I think he won for American Beauty. Let me double check. I don't want to just start saying things. No, dude, he was just a nominee. Wait, no. There's no way he didn't get anything for. Okay, Best Director, American Beauty. Okay, so shit almost got crazy there. No, so he had one. He had one a Best Director for American Beauty, and so he got screwed over here, which is bullshit. Honestly, it was bullshit. I was really upset when the moment that because I thought it was a lock. All right, to me, I had my 4 locks. All right, I know I talk a lot of bullshit. I know I make a lot of claims and I make a lot of predictions, but I had my locks. Once you have a lock, you're that sure of it, and probably it's an ego thing, probably, but no, I know what I'm fucking talking about. I know how this fucking works, and I saw both movies, and I know the work that you have to put in one and the other, and and I saw the product. I was very upset. I was very upset at Parasite. I was very upset at everything. I was just lashing out all over the place. And again, it's not about Parasite. Parasite is a phenomenal film. It was just not on the same directing level. It really upset me. But I'll credit where credit's due. The what's his name again? What's his name? John Park, whatever his name is, the director, Bong Joon-ho. Sorry, I wasn't even close. I liked his speeches. He said he was going to go out drinking, so I was like, all right, fine. You're funny, so at least I don't hate you that much. If it would have been some kind of like obnoxious speech, I would have been really upset. But it was like, all right, I'm going to go out drinking, so fine. I can tolerate it. The rest of the stuff, honestly, who fucking cares? Like, right? Who cares? Well, best script, I think it won. It was what was it? Let me just double check. I don't want to start just talking out of my A back here, but I can't even find it. What the hell's up with this list? I'm checking out a list here. The things aren't even in order. All right, so best adapted screenplay, Jojo Rabbit. For Taika Waititi, let me see the other. Irishman, Joker, Little Women, Two Popes. No, definitely not. Like, Jojo Rabbit definitely should not have won over Joker. Joker was a way better script, or at least adapted screenplay. Oh no, it's almost an original thing. They just grabbed the name of one character. Or in Gotham City. So yeah, no, I would have given that to Joker. And original screenplay was Parasite, which I guess it's fine. I can accept it as a screenplay. It's fun. It was enjoyable. I can accept it. Also, another fun fact. You know who won the? I know I talked a bit about sound mixing, that 1917, but guess who won sound editing? Ford vs. Ferrari, which is the other movie that I complimented on their sound. Also, Ford vs. Ferrari, I think it won, what was it? Let me just double check. I don't want to go crazy here. Best editing. The movie is actually pretty good. Like I said, that was I was struggling between Ford vs. Ferrari and 1917 for Best Picture, and Parasite. I did not expect Parasite to win, just because it's like, it's going to get Best International Film Feature, so it's already going to get its Oscar. I did not think that they would give him another one, but I guess the Oscars wanted to make history. It was a make history night, which I don't understand. Honestly, I don't understand, and it was not deserved, at least my humble opinion, in certain categories, even though I love South Korean cinema, and I'm surprised that they'd never won an Oscar before, because they have great films that come out from there, but I don't know, it was weird. Best Animated Feature Film, Toy Story 4. I'll give it to you, because it was a great movie. It was one of those movies that, as my sister says, I didn't know I needed. I didn't know I wanted. I didn't want it, but I didn't know I needed it. It was great. Seeing Woody, he's trying to find his way in the world. He's lost. He doesn't know what to do with himself anymore. It's great. So overall, Oscars, kind of a shit show. I'm okay with most of the awards, I guess. I'm okay with the actor in leading role. I'm okay with Brad Pitt getting an Oscar, even though I didn't think it was his best performance. I'm okay with actress in a leading role, even though I didn't see this movie. I was not okay with actress in a supporting role, because that was bullshit. Animated feature film, I'm fine. Cinematography, fine. Honestly, I can say that most of it was fine, but it was just, I'm upset. I'm very upset. I don't know how else to say it. I'm upset about 1917. That was bullshit. Even though I loved Parasite, and I highly recommend you watch Parasite and Korean cinema in general. There's a few that are very good. Watch the Vengeance trilogy. That's a good place to start. Or Train to Busan. That's a really really fun movie. It's a different take on zombies. So, I'll just leave it there. I'm burnt out and busy, and I'm just upset. I'm upset. I feel bad for Sam Mendes. I feel bad. Anywho. That's it. As always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram or at SuperDario_World. As always, thank you for listening, and I'll see you again tomorrow.